Today's bull session concerns NBFCs, non-banking finance companies. Today's bull session on NBFCs, non-banking finance companies concerns 13 topics like definition of NBFC, regulators of non-banking companies, meaning of financial activity as principal business, difference between banks and NBFC, different types of NBFCs, meaning of principal business, criterion for non-bank financial companies, regulations on non-deposit accepting NBFCs, distinction between public funds and public deposits, difference between deposits and chit funds, regulations on NBFCs, meaning of net owned fund, effect of non-registration, and types of NBFCs that are not under RBI's control. Hello friends, this is Advocate Sanjay Arora from New Delhi, India. I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Legally Determined. Let us start with the definition of NBFC. An NBFC is a financial institution that is into lending or investment or collecting monies under any scheme or arrangement. A non-banking financial company, also known as NBFC in a nutshell, is a company registered under the Companies Act 2013, engaged in the business of loans and advances, acquisition of shares or stocks or bonds or debentures or securities issued by government or local authority or other marketable securities of a like nature, leasing, hire purchase, insurance business, chit business, but does not include any institution whose principal business is that of agriculture activity, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods other than securities, or providing any services and sale or purchase or construction of a movable property. A non-banking institution which is a company and has principal business of receiving deposits under any scheme or arrangement in one lump sum or in installments by way of contributions or in any other manner is also a non-banking financial company, also known as residuary non-banking company. NBFCs whose asset size is of 500 crore rupees or more as per last audited balance sheet are known as systemically important NBFCs. The rationale for such classification is that the activities of such NBFCs will have a bearing on the financial stability of the overall economy. Housing finance companies supervised by National Housing Banks or NHBs are also regulated by Reserve Bank of India with effect from 11th November 2019. However, the Reserve Bank does not regulate all kinds of financial companies, merchant banking companies, stock exchanges, companies engaged in the business of stock broking or sub-broking, venture capital fund companies, nidhi companies, insurance companies, and chit fund companies are NBFCs, but they have been exempted from the requirement of registration under Section 45IA of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, subject to certain conditions. Merchant banker or venture capital fund company or stock exchanges or stock brokers or sub-brokers are regulated by Securities and Exchange Board of India, and insurance companies are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Similarly, chit fund companies are regulated by the respective state governments, and Nidhi companies are regulated by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. Companies that do financial business but are regulated by other regulators are given specific exemption by the Reserve Bank of India from its regulatory requirements for avoiding the duality of regulations. It may also be mentioned that mortgage guarantee companies have been notified as non-banking financial companies under Section 45I(f) 3 of the RBI Act 1934. Core investment companies with asset size of less than 100 crore rupees and those with asset size of 100 crore rupees and above but not accessing public funds are exempted from registration with the RBI. What is the meaning of financial activity as principal business? Financial activity as principal business is when the company's financial assets constitute more than 50% of the total assets and income from financial assets constitute more than 50% of the gross income. A company which fulfills both these criteria will be registered as an NBFC by the Reserve Bank of India. The term principal business is not defined by the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. The Reserve Bank has defined it so as to ensure that only companies predominantly engaged in financial activity get registered with it and are regulated and supervised by it. Hence, if there are companies engaged in agricultural operations, industrial activity, purchase and sale of goods, providing services or purchases, sale or construction of immovable property as their principal business and are doing some financial business in a small way, they will not be regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. Interestingly, this test is popularly known as 50-50 test and is applied to determine whether or not a company is into financial business. What is the difference between a bank and an NBFC? NBFCs lend and make investments and hence their activities are akin to that of banks. However, there are a few differences as given below. First, NBFC cannot accept demand deposits. Second, NBFC do not form part of the payment and settlement system and cannot issue checks drawn on itself. Third, deposit insurance facility of Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation is not available to depositors of NBFCs unlike in case of banks. Fifth, what are the different types or categories of NBFCs? NBFCs are categorized in terms of the type of liabilities into deposit accepting NBFCs and non-deposit accepting NBFCs. B. Non-deposit accepting NBFCs by their size into systemically important and other non-deposit holding companies NBFC NDSI. It means non-deposit systemically important, and NBFC ND. ND means non-deposit. And C, by the kind of activity they conduct. Within this broad categorization, the different types of NBFCs are as follows. First, AFC, Asset Finance Company. An FC is a company which is a financial institution carrying on as its principal business the financing of physical assets supporting productive or economic activity such as automobiles, tractors, lathe machines, generator sets, earth moving and material handling equipments. Moving on power and general purpose industrial machines. Principal business for this purpose is defined as aggregate of financing real or physical assets supporting economic activity and income arising therefrom is not less than 60% of its total assets and total income respectively. Second type of NBFC is IC, investment company. IC means any company which is a financial institution carrying on as its principal business the acquisition of securities. Third, LC. LC means loan company. LC means any company which is a financial institution carrying on as its principal business the providing of finance, whether by making loans or advances or otherwise, for any activity other than its own, but does not include an asset finance company. Fourth, IFC, infrastructure finance company. IFC is a non-banking finance company, A, which deploys at least 75% of its total assets in infrastructure loans. B, has a minimum net owned funds of rupees 300 crore. C, has a minimum credit rating of A or equivalent. D, and a CRAR of 15%. Capital to risk-weighted asset known as capital adequacy ratio. Fifth, systemically important core investment company. In short, it is called CIC-ND-SI. CIC-ND-SI is an NBFC carrying on the business of acquisition of shares and securities which satisfies the following conditions. A, it holds not less than 90% of the total assets in the form of investment in equity shares, preference shares, debt or loans in group companies. B, its investments in the equity shares including instruments compulsorily convertible into equity shares within a period not exceeding 10 years from the date of issue in group companies constitutes not less than 60% of its total assets. C, it does not trade in its investments in shares, debt or loans in group companies except through block sale for the purpose of dilution or disinvestment. D, it does not carry on any other financial activity referred to in section 45 IC and 45 IF of the RBI Act 1934 except investment in bank deposits, money market instruments, government securities, loans to and investments in debt issuances of group companies or guarantees issued on behalf of group companies. E, its asset size is 100 crore rupees or above, and F, it accepts public funds. Sixth, infrastructure debt fund, non-banking financial companies, IDF-NBFC. IDF-NBFC is a company registered as NBFC to facilitate the flow of long-term debt into infrastructure projects. IDF-NBFC raise resources through issue of rupee or dollar denominated bonds of minimum 5-year maturity. Only infrastructure finance companies IFC can sponsor IDF-NBFCs. Infrastructure debt fund, non-banking financial company. Eighth, non-banking financial company microfinance institution, NBFC MFI. NBFC MFI is a non-deposit taking NBFC having not less than 85% of its assets in the nature of qualifying assets which satisfy the following criteria. A, loan disbursed by an NBFC MFI to a borrower with a rural household annual income not exceeding 1 lakh rupees or urban and semi-urban household income not exceedingly 1,60,000 rupees. B, loan amount does not exceed 50,000 rupees in the first cycle and rupees 1 lakh in subsequent cycles. C, total indebtedness of the borrower does not exceed 1 lakh rupees. D, tenure of the loan not to be less than 24 months for loan amount in excess of 15,000 rupees with prepayment without penalty. E, loan to be extended without collateral. F, aggregate amount of loans given for income generation is not less than 50% of the total loans given by the MFIs, microfinance institutions. G. Loan is repayable on weekly, fortnightly, or monthly installments at the choice of the borrower. Eighth, non-banking financial company factors NBFC factors. NBFC factor is a non-deposit taking NBFC engaged in the principal business of factoring. The financial assets in the factoring business should constitute at least 50% of its total assets, and its income derived from factoring business should not be less than 50% of its gross income. Ninth, mortgage guarantee companies MGCs. MGC are financial institutions for which at least 90% of the business turnover is mortgage guarantee business, or at least 90% of the gross income is from mortgage guarantee business, and net owned fund is 100 crore rupees. 10th, NBFC non-operative financial holding company NOFHC is a financial institution through which promoter or promoter groups will be permitted to set up a new bank. It's a wholly owned non-operative financial holding company NOFHC, which will hold the bank as well as all other financial services companies regulated by RBI or other financial sector regulators to the extent permissible under the applicable regulatory prescriptions. Sixth, what is the meaning of principal business criterion for non-bank financial companies? The Reserve Bank of India has been given the powers under the RBI Act 1934 to register lay-down policy, issue directions, inspect, regulate, supervise and exercise surveillance over NBFCs that meet the 50-50 criteria of principal business. The Reserve Bank can penalize NBFCs for violating the provisions of the RBI Act or the directions or orders issued by the RBI under the RBI Act 1934. The penal action can also result in RBI cancelling the certificate of registration COR issued to the NBFC or prohibiting them from accepting deposits and alienating their assets or filing a binding petition. 7th, regulations on non-deposit accepting NBFCs. The regulation on non-deposit accepting NBFCs with asset size of less than 500 crore rupees would be as under. First, they shall not be subjected to any regulation, either prudential or conduct of business regulations, namely Fair Practice Code, also known as FPC in a nutshell, etc., KYC, etc., if they have not accessed any public funds and do not have a customer interface. Second, those having customer interface will be subjected only to the conduct of business regulations, including FPC, Fair Practices Code, KYC, etc., if they are not accessing public funds. Third, these accepting public funds will be subjected to limited prudential regulations but not the conduct of business regulations if they have no customer interface. Fourth, where both public funds are accepted and customer interface exists, companies will be subjected both to limited prudential regulations and the conduct of business regulations. Eighth topic is, what is the difference between public funds and public deposits? Public funds are not the same as public deposits. Public funds include public deposits, intercorporate deposits, bank finances, and all funds received whether directly or indirectly from outside sources, such as funds raised by the issue of commercial papers, debentures, etc. However, even though public funds include public deposits in the general course, it may be noted that CICs, core investment companies, or CICs, NDSI, non-deposit systemically important, cannot accept public deposits. Further, indirect receipt of public funds means funds received not directly but through associates and group entities which have access to public funds. Ninth, what is the distinction between deposits and chit funds? Chit fund activity involves contributions by members in installments by way of subscription to the chit, and by rotation each member of the chit receives the chit amount. The subscriptions are specifically excluded from the definition of deposits and cannot be termed as deposits. Deposits are defined under the RBI Act 1934 as the acceptance of money other than that issued by way of share capital, money received from banks and other financial institutions, money received as security deposits, earnest money, and advance against goods or services and subscriptions to checks. All other amounts received as loan or in any form are treated as deposits. 10th, regulations on NBFCs. For the purpose of regulation, NBFCs can be classified into two broad categories, namely, first, NBFCs accepting public deposits, also known as NBFCs-D in short, and second, NBFCs not accepting or holding public deposits, in short, NBFCs-ND. ND means not accepting public deposits. Residuary non-banking companies (RNBCs) are another category of NBFCs whose principal business is acceptance of deposits and investing in approved securities. RBI has evolved a regulatory framework, the salient features of which are as follows. However, these instructions are illustrative and not exhaustive. First, NBFCs include a loan company, an investment company, asset finance company, namely a company conducting the business of equipment leasing or hire purchase finance, and residuary non-banking companies. Second, an NBFC must be registered with the Reserve Bank of India and have specific authorization to accept deposits from the public. Third, NBFC must display the certificate of registration, also known as COR in a nutshell, or a certified copy thereof at the registered office and other offices or branches. Fourth, registration of an NBFC with the RBI merely authorizes it to conduct the business of NBFC. RBI does not guarantee the repayment of deposits accepted by NBFCs. NBFCs cannot use the name of the RBI in any manner while conducting their business. Fifth, the NBFC whose application for grant of certificate of registration (COR) has been rejected or cancelled by the RBI is neither authorized to accept fresh deposits nor renew existing deposit. Such rejection or cancellation is also published in newspapers from time to time. Besides, a list of NBFCs permitted to accept public deposits or NBFCs whose applications for COR has been rejected or whose COR has been cancelled by the RBI is available on the RBI's website www.rbi.org.in. Next, NBFCs which accept deposits should have minimum investment grade credit rating granted by an approved credit rating agency for the deposit collection, except certain asset finance, equipment leasing, and hire purchase finance companies and residuary non-banking companies (RNBCs). NBFC excluding RNBCs cannot offer a rate of interest on deposits more than that approved by RBI from time to time, at present 12.5%. Accept deposit for a period less than 12 months and more than 60 months. Offer any gifts or incentives to solicit deposits from public. RNBCs should offer a rate of interest of not less than 5% per annum on term deposits and 3.5% on daily deposits, both compounded annually under extant directions. RNBFCs cannot accept deposits for a period less than 12 months and more than 84 months. RNBCs cannot offer any gifts or incentives to solicit deposits from public. NBFC, including RNBCs, can accept deposits only against issue of proper receipt. The receipt should bear the name of the company and should be signed by an authorized official of the company. The receipt should mention the name of the depositor, the amount in words as well as figures, the rate of interest payable on the deposit amount, and the date of repayment of matured deposit along with the maturity amount. In the case of brokers or agents, etc., collecting public deposits on behalf of NBFCs, the depositors should satisfy themselves that the brokers or agents are duly authorized by the NBFCs. If a deposit taking NBFC fails to repay the deposit or the interest accrued thereon in accordance with the terms and conditions of the acceptance of such deposit, redressal of grievance can be through the regional branch of the Company Law Board at Chennai, Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai. Acceptance of deposits by companies engaged in activities including plantation activities, commodities trading, multi-level marketing, manufacturing activities, housing finance, nidhis, also known as mutual benefit financial companies, and potential nidhis, mutual benefit company, and companies engaged in collective investment schemes do not come under the purview or regulations of the RBI. Individuals, firms, and other unincorporated association of individuals or bodies shall not accept deposits from the public if his or its business wholly or partly includes any of the financial activities such as loans and advances, acquisition of shares or marketable securities, leasing or hire purchase activities, or second, if his or its principal business is that of receiving deposits or lending in any manner. What is net on fund? Our next topic is, it means net on fund as defined under section 45 IA of the RBI Act 1934, including the paid up preference shares which are compulsorily convertible into equities. NOF, net on fund, it should be 2 crore rupees. Earlier, since April 1999, earlier it was 25 lakh rupees. Effect of non-registration. The Reserve Bank can impose penalty or fine on them or can even prosecute those companies which are conducting non-banking financial activity such as lending, investment, or deposit acceptance as their principal business without seeking registration. 13. Types of NBFCs that are not under RBI's control. Companies engaged in manufacturing, trading, agriculture activity, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods other than securities, or providing any services and sale, purchase, construction of immovable property. Such companies are governed by the Companies Act 2013. They do not have to submit any return to the RBI in respect of the public deposits accepted by them. Further, the Reserve Bank of India has exempted the following categories of non-banking financial companies as given below. From certain provisions of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 as specified hereunder, VDA Master Direction DNBR.PD.0001/03.10.119/2016-17 August 25, 2016. Updated as on November 11, 2019. Exemption from provisions of Chapter 3B of the RBI Act 1934 to the following. A non-banking institution which is authorized to operate a payment system and to issue prepaid payment instruments under the Payment and Settlement Systems Act 2007. This exemption shall be limited and restricted to money received by such non-banking institution for the issue of prepaid payment instruments. Second, exemption from sections 45 IA, 45 IB, and 45 IC of the RBI Act 1934 to the following. First, microfinance companies, namely any non-banking financial company which is A, engaged in microfinancing activities, providing credit not exceeding 50,000 rupees for a business enterprise and rupees 1,25,000 for meeting the cost of a dwelling unit to any poor person for enabling him to raise his level of income and standard of living. And B, licensed under Section 25 of the Companies Act 1956 or Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013, and C, not accepting public deposits as defined in subparagraph 15 of paragraph 3 of the Non-Banking Financial Companies Acceptance of Public Deposits, Reserve Bank Directions 2016. Second, securitization and reconstruction companies, namely a non-banking institution which is a securitization company or reconstruction company registered with the bank under Section 3 of the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interests Act 2002, in short known as SARFAESI. Third, Nidhi companies, namely a non-banking finance company notified under Section 406 of the Companies Act 2013 or under Section 620A of the Companies Act 1956 as Nidhi company. Fourth, mutual benefit companies, namely a non-banking financial company being a mutual benefit company as defined in subparagraph 12 of paragraph 3 of non-banking financial companies acceptance of public deposits Reserve Bank directions 2016. Fifth, chit companies, namely a non-banking financial company doing the business of chits as defined in clause B of section 2 of the Chit Funds Act 1982. Sixth, mortgage guarantee companies, namely notified as non-banking financial company in terms of section 45I F 3rd of the RBI Act 1934 with the prior approval of the central government, and a company registered with the bank under the scheme for registration of mortgage guarantee companies. Seventh, merchant banking companies, namely a non-banking financial company subject to compliance with the following conditions. A, it is registered with the SEBI, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, as a merchant banker under section 12 of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, and is carrying on the business of merchant banker in accordance with the Securities and Exchange Board of India Merchant Banking Rules 1992 and Securities and Exchange Board of India Merchant Banking Regulations 1992. B, acquires securities only as a part of its merchant banking business. C, does not carry on any other financial activity referred to in section 45I C of the RBI Act 1934. And D, does not accept or hold public deposits as defined in subparagraph 15 of paragraph 3 of non-banking financial companies acceptance of public deposit Reserve Bank directions 2016. Further, the entities at subparagraph 1 to 7 above shall be exempt from the applicability of the provisions of non-banking financial companies acceptance of public deposit Reserve Bank directions 2016. Non-banking financial company, systemically important non-banking deposit taking company and deposit taking company Reserve Bank directions 2016, and non-banking financial company, non-systemically important non-deposit taking company Reserve Bank directions 2016. Third, exemption from section 45IB and 45IC of the RBI Act 1934 to the government companies. Fourth, exemption from section 45IA, 45IB, 45IC, 45MB and 45MC of the RBI Act 1934 to the insurance companies, stock exchanges, namely a non-banking financial company being a stock exchange, stockbrokers or sub-brokers. Further, the entities at subparagraph 1 to 3 above, microfinance company, securities and reconstruction company, Nidhi companies, shall be exempt from the provisions of non-banking financial companies acceptance of public deposits Reserve Bank directions 2016. Non-banking financial companies, systemically important non-deposit taking company and deposit taking company Reserve Bank directions 2016, and non-banking non-banking financial company, systemically important non-deposit taking company and deposit taking company Reserve Bank directions 2016, and a non-banking financial company, non-systemically important non-deposit taking company Reserve Bank directions 2016. Fifth, exemption from section 45IA and 45IC of the RBI Act 1934 to the venture capital fund companies. Sixth, exemption from section 45IA of the RBI Act 1934 to the core investment companies, namely a non-banking financial company being a core investment company referred to in the core investment companies Reserve Bank directions 2016, which is not a systemically important core investment company as defined in subparagraph 24 of paragraph 3 of the core investment companies Reserve Bank directions 2016. Seventh, exemption from section 45IA 1B of the RBI Act 1934 to the core investment company subject to the condition that it meets with the capital requirements and leverage ratio as specified in the said direction. So we have discussed certain things about the NBFCs. Let me sign off. You must have enjoyed this video. Please like, share and comment on my videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Break a leg.